All right, what is up, guys? Random Name here. Yeah, we're gonna be going over Senna's abilities. They were released on Skin Spotlight, so special thanks to them for making this video that I'm gonna be looking at. And also, they posted all the stats and everything to surrender at 20. So I'm really thankful for that website. Really thankful for this channel because we actually I didn't see anything on the official league website on the abilities. So yeah, that's kind of interesting that Skin Spotlights has got it, but don't see anything released on the official website. And based off of my YouTube recommended videos, apparently Senna is like the most broken thing ever. Like, I mean, look at all this, all these caps locks. She's insane. What the fuck? Like, most OP champion. Yeah, all sorts of crazy stuff. And yeah, apparently everybody also uses the same guy to make their thumbnails too. So I'm hoping that I can not rely on clickbait and we can actually separate fact from fiction. We can actually go over her abilities in kind of a more objective way. And I'm not trying to throw shade to my fellow YouTubers. I'm just trying to highlight some of the hilarity that people use in order to get clicks. And I realize it's a game, but it's not a game I'm willing to play. So hopefully you guys will stick around. Hopefully this video is a little bit interesting. And you guys, if you're interested more in the actual analytical side and the actual numbers associated with the champion, this will hopefully be the right video for you as opposed to a diamond or challenger player smurfing on a bunch of unranked players on the PvE. So Senna's passive is Absolution. So Senna's relic cannon is slow to fire but deals bonus damage. She can power up its range, attack damage, and crit chance over time by absorbing mist from enemy champions she's attacking or from wraiths that spawn from dead enemies. That attack range looks pretty freaking huge. I do gotta say, and it looked like that was a lot of damage that she was dealing. So let's check out the numbers on the PvE. So actually, I should probably zoom in on this so you guys can read a little bit better. So Senna can attack souls that spawn from dead enemies to absorb their mist. She can siphon mist from any champions she hits twice, so she's got to hit them 2 times, dealing 1 to 16% of their current health as bonus physical damage, 4-second cooldown per target. Each stack of mist grants 1 attack damage. Every 20 stacks of mist grants 25 attack range and 15% critical strike chance. 35% of excess critical strike chance is converted into lifesteal. Whew. Relic cannon. Senna's attacks take extra time to fire, dealing 20% bonus physical damage on hit and briefly granting her 10 to 20% of the target's movement speed. That's a lot. That's really powerful. I guess it really depends on how often the mist spawns from enemies dying. If it's like a pretty low drop rate when enemies die and she mainly gets it through attacking enemy champions, then maybe it could be balanced. But 25 attack range seems rather huge. 15% critical strike chance seems pretty huge. And then so it seems like she could get to 100% crit pretty fast. And then she could also get quite a bit of lifesteal. And yeah, so every time she attacks an enemy champion twice, she gains 1 attack damage. That sounds like some pretty insane scaling. That's like Vigor levels of scaling. Except it's on an auto attack as opposed to an ability. So, and also keep in mind that attack damage is typically more powerful than ability power. Typically, you have like 600 ability power on a mage or another AP carry, and you only have like 300 attack damage on like a marksman. So 1 attack damage is a lot. So just this passive alone, with the numbers that it has, leads me to believe that she is going to be very strong, unless she doesn't gain a lot of mist from enemy minions and things like that. So already, this seems really powerful, and my guess is that this would probably be one of the first places potentially to look at nerfing her. Maybe 1 attack damage per 2 stacks of mist, or 25 attack range per 30 stacks of mist, something like that. They might need to adjust these numbers before she's actually balanced. So moving on to her Q, Piercing Darkness. That's very similar to Lucian's Q, which I think is Piercing Light. So Senna fires a bolt that heals her allies and damages her foes. Senna can keep attacking to decrease Piercing Darkness's cooldown. So it seems like it's a targetable ability, kind of like Lucian's Q. Oh, and she can target towers with it. Okay. But that seemed like she hit it from much further away there. So I don't know if that's just because her attack range had been increased, or if it's not. Because when I go back to here, let me try and find it again. No, I gotta go back a little bit further. Sorry. Yeah, so you can see that it looks like it's a point and click, kind of like Lucian's Q. But a little bit later, it looked like she had a pretty huge range on it. So I'm interested to see exactly how this mechanic works, because this is a super long range. That's like 1,000 units. It looks like that she can hit an enemy away from. But I'm curious if she has to have like an ally in front of her in order to get that extended range. All right. Let's go down to her Q on the PBE for the actual numbers. So mana is 70 to 110, 15-second cooldown, which is pretty long. Senna shoots a bolt of piercing shadow through an ally or enemy. Enemies hit take 50 to 170 plus 50% bonus attack damage, physical damage. Ally champions are healed for 40 to 120 plus 25% AP plus 40% bonus attack damage health. That's a pretty decent heal. And basic attacks reduce Piercing Darkness cooldown by 1 second. Oh, Piercing Darkness's cast range matches Senna's attack range, and its cast time is improved with attack speed. It can target anything and applies on-hit effects to enemy champions. Okay, so that explains a little bit better. 15-second cooldown seems pretty long, but the fact that it can be reduced by her auto attacks makes it really good. This is a decent amount of sustain. I'm guessing this is probably the ability that you max first. Damage looks all right. But my guess is that it's more for you basically stand behind your AD carry. So it seems like she's really going to synergize with Lucian and other AD carries that are mobile. AD carries in front of you. You use your AD carries to gain the bonus range off the Q. So you can basically heal when they go in for a trade and also deal damage to the enemy. So really cool ability, but it seems like it's got a really, really long range to it. All right, so we'll go back to the video and we'll look at the W. Last Embrace, Senna commands the mist onto the first target hit, damaging them and then rooting that target and the surrounding enemies after a brief delay. Okay, so decent AoE. So Last Embrace, 50 to 70 mana, 11-second cooldown. Senna sends for, so cooldown looks like it's fixed, so it doesn't go down with level, so this kind of could be a 1-point wonder, potentially. Senna sends Senna sends forth the Black Mist, dealing a 70 to 250 plus 70% bonus attack damage, physical damage to the first enemy hit. After 1 second delay, the target and other nearby enemies are rooted for 1.45 to 2.25 seconds. That's actually a decent root. Goes up by 0.2 seconds per rank. So maybe it's a max second ability. We'll have to see. Okay. Moving on to her E. Yeah, looks like she can also, if it kills the target, then it'll instantly root. Senna dissolves in a cloud of mist, gaining movement speed and camouflaging her and nearby allies. Teammates who emerge from the mist appear unclickable wraiths to enemies until they either attack or get close. Ooh. How close do you have to get? I guess that's my first question. It seemed like Lucian was pretty dang close to him. Ah, but you can still target them. Okay. And you know that she's in the center. Alright. That seems really powerful. 70 mana flat, 26 to 20-second cooldown, so 1.5 second reduction per rank. Dissolves into a cloud of mist for 6 seconds? 6 to 8 seconds. That's huge. Allied champions who enter the mist are camouflaged and become wraiths. When they leave, wraiths gain 20% movement speed. They are unselectable and hide their identities as long as no enemy champions are nearby. So I'm assuming that the allied champions who become wraiths for the same duration. That makes it really hard to gank her or an AD carry. She gives them 20% movement speed. So even like in a mobile AD carry suddenly becomes really mobile with this ability, and they're unselectable. So they can, it sounds like they can only be hit with like skill shots. So against a lot of, well, I guess there aren't a ton of champions that have a point and click, but against champions that have like some type of point and click, that's huge. That's actually like a really big deal. So like I think they showed like Xin Zhao in that video. This seems really powerful. This seems really, really powerful. Like automatically this makes her like a really strong pick for pro play. Because she can basically deny ganks. And like denying ganks in pro play is massive because it gives away jungler position and it allows the enemy jungler to gain so much information and set up their own plays. So this is huge. This seems too long. This 6 seconds, 6 to 8 seconds, that seems way too long. They need to probably reduce that. My guess is that'll probably get nerfed in the near future. Alright, finally her ultimate, Dawning Shadow. Senna fires a global beam. Allies in the beam are shielded, and enemies caught in the center of it take damage. So it's like a Lux ultimate. Ooh, that's huge. So it looked like it was like an entire lane wide. So my question is like they have Lucian right here. So I'm assuming that even if he was up here by like this what do you call it? This torch, that he would still get shielded. See if I can see it in if they show it again. Whoops. Well, there's skin spotlights. Yeah, great channel. I love skin spotlights. So yeah, it looks like they get the shield throughout the entire lane width of that ultimate. That's a humongous ultimate. All right, 100 mana, 160 to 120 second cooldown, blast of light, global range. Enemy champions hit take 250 to 500 damage plus 40% AP scaling plus 100% bonus. Bonus attack damage, physical damage. Allied champions hit in a wider area receive a shield for 3 seconds that absorbs 120 to 200 plus 40% AP plus 1.5 per miss damage. The shield's power scales with the amount of miss that she's collected. Because this doesn't have any type of component based off of like missing health, it's just like flat damage. My guess is you're going to use this thing like on cooldown. And the cooldown is pretty decent. I mean, actually it's almost 3 minutes, I guess, at rank 1. So maybe you have to be a little bit more discriminant with it early on. But 120 second cooldown is pretty decent. And it's so wide that basically like any team fight, you're going to get like 5 shields, witch scale with her mist, and you'll probably hit at least 1 or 2 enemy champions. So that's really powerful. So the fact that it's global also means that she's gonna be great at the pro level. Like if you look at champions that have global reach, you know, Shen, Gangplank, Karthus, Pantheon, all of these champions have been pretty busted at the professional level at one point or another. So another champion with a global ultimate, my guess is that, yeah, she's probably going to be busted at the pro level with her numbers the way they are, especially with this scaling. I guess I have to look at her base stats. If her base stats are really low, then maybe she has a really punishing early game that you can make use of. Magic resist is 30, base AD is 63, MR per level is really low, 0.5. AD per level is 0, so it's just she only gains AD based off of her passive. That makes sense. Base armor is 28. Okay, armor per level 3.5. That's actually really good. Base HP 520. HP per level 85. I mean, like, these stats aren't bad at all. Attack range is 600. That's pretty huge for even for most marksmen. Move speed is 330. That's pretty low. So she's a bit slow. But long attack range. Base stats aren't anything crazy except for the AD per level, but that's explained by her passive. So yeah, I think she's gonna be strong, really strong. Is she gonna be the most OP champion ever? Probably not, but she's definitely gonna get nerfed. If they keep the numbers the way she is, I guarantee you she will be high win rate once people figure. So she'll probably start off with a low win rate when she's initially released. Once people figure her out, her win rate will skyrocket. She'll be really, really high ban rate, and then they're going to nerf her probably 2 or 3 patches in a row. And we'll see if they actually get her under control before the pro scene starts back up in 2020. So those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. Tell me if I'm right, wrong, what you're looking forward to. I'm also doing a giveaway. So we've got High Noon Darius is the League Partner Program skin that's being given away. So I've got some skin codes available, so you get the skin. You also get the green chroma, which you can only get through the LPP. And the way you can enter is you can go to my Discord. You can join my Discord. There's a giveaway channel, and you can answer 1 of 3 questions, or you can answer all 3 of them. It's up to you. So the first thing you can do is you can ask me a question for my 20,000 subscriber AMA. I'm almost at 20,000. I've got like a few hundred left to go, so this is probably the last chance that you'll have in order to ask me a question before I reach that 20,000 mark. So if there's a question you want to know about me, pretty much anything is fair game. You can ask me, stuff about League. You can ask me about my professional life, private life. I don't really care. Most things are free game for me. I can't really think of anything that's off that I won't answer straight up. So yeah, feel free to ask me a question. That's the first way you can win. Second way you can win is you can tell me what do you guys think about these type of champions that are kind of like a twist on a role. Like now we've got a marksman support, and like Pike was an assassin support, and Kindred was a marksman jungler. Like I want to hear your guys' thoughts on what do you think about these type of twists on a certain role. Like, hey, we're gonna put this class into a role that's not normally that class normally doesn't play. So yeah, I'm curious to see if you guys like it, hate it. What do you guys think about the champions that they've already released that kind of do that? Kindred, Pike, Senna, etc. And the final question that you can answer is if you were going to do another one of these type of crossover champions, like an assassin support or a marksman support or a marksman jungler, which one would you do? What would be the next thing you would do? Would you do some type of, I don't know, battle mage, marksman? Come up with something creative. Let me know what your idea is for a champion that kind of combines a class and a role that you don't normally see. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. This is Randomonium signing off.